40 men, 2 brands, 1 ring, and in the words of Michael Buffer, let's get ready to rumble! Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and we are going to rumble our way through this 2003 Royal Rumble review. Welcome back, guys, to the channel, and this is it, the 2003 Royal Rumble. Having rewatched this, I've got to say, not only was it a great pay-per-view, but it's arguably one of the top Royal Rumble matches of all time. I don't know how high I would put it, but I'd say it's got to be pushing top 5.
In the red corner, we've got JR and Jerry the King Lawler. In the blue corner, Michael Cole and Taz, damn it.
Yes, now, let's just call a negative out straight away. In the Royal Rumble match, only the Raw commentary team commentated on the match, and for me, that's a little bit disappointing. I get it, they are the A team, I totally understand that. However, I do think later on when they change it and they have like one from each brand doing the commentary, or they just have all the commentators from each brand, I think that is better. I think if you're going to have 15 Raw guys and 15 Smack guys, if you're going to have a fair representation of superstars in the match, then it probably makes sense to have a fair representation with the commentators. I don't know, that just makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me too, but they didn't really do it at this stage. It was definitely new territory for them. I mean, I think you could have just had all 4 of them, honestly.
Right, I remember when they first started the brand split, they did it weird where Cole and Taz, when they first started doing the pay-per-views, they just did like the first hour or first half, and then it was JR and King doing the second half, which was strange, having JR and King talk about SmackDown matches, and then having Cole and Taz talk about Raw matches.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, I mean, we can see they are getting better, but I do believe that having both SmackDown and Raw commentators for the Royal Rumble is the best decision. But let's get into it. First Sunday Night Heat, is there anything you want to talk about? We have Dawn Marie saying that Tori Wilson killed Al with a broken heart. We have Eric Bischoff promising a major bombshell. And we also had Spike Dudley defeating Stevie Richards. Is there anything noteworthy there?
Yes, Big Show on the Conan O'Brien TV programme. Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever it was. The Big Show. Why'd you gloss over the Big Show? Hard to miss.
I don't want to talk about him.
He didn't want to talk about him, but you know what? We're going to have to talk about him because he kicked off the show after the Royal Rumble recap. It was the promo package to kick it off. But it's Big Show, it's Brock. Rumble spot on the line.
Yeah, Trust Company, I believe it is, with the song
Downfall.
Downfall or Stronger. I think it's Stronger.
Aye, Downfall was Vengeance, actually.
Yeah, so this one is Stronger. And I mean, like, I just miss the day where we had good music for these pay-per-views, and a lot of people will say that, oh, McMahon changed it, and McMahon's the reason why we stopped getting good songs. Well, I'm going to have to disagree, because back in the day when McMahon was in charge, we got good songs. I think it's just a WWE thing where they've went so mainstream that they want to use pop songs. Even when WWE do go with rock songs, they tend to go with your most, like, famous, like, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Rock bands are enjoyed by everybody. I think the days of WWE using songs from bands like Trust Company that aren't exactly massive in the mainstream, I think those days are over.
But why did they use them though when wrestling was at its, you know, like ratings were better?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, how can anyone say McMahon did? This was McMahon. You know, this McMahon ran it here. Yeah, admittedly, like, pretty much like the past 15 years, the songs they've used have been shit, but let's not pretend that, you know, prior to that they were all... See, from about 2001 up to 2008, every pay-per-view song was good.
Just like the games?
Aye. So, I don't know how McMahon can take a bit of slice of the pie and the blame.
SmackDown versus Raw?
Yep.
Some great themes in that game, some great songs in that game.
How? Well, Brock Lesnar pick up the Big Show. Well, let's talk about the first match, alright, folks? Paul Heyman, Big Show out there, Brock out there. It would have been a terrorist act if Big Show beat Brock Lesnar, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. Brock Lesnar wins. Brock Lesnar basically just suplexed Big Show all over the place. Then he hit the F5. It wasn't a long match. It didn't have to be a long match, but I mean, you never really felt like Big Show was going to win this. Even when he was on top in the match, it was like kind of just, all right, you're on top, but wait until Brock hits you with F5 and it's going to be good night. Still don't really understand why Paul Heyman left Brock Lesnar for the Big Show. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Had the Big Show been on like a 6-month demolition job of the roster, then maybe. But literally 6 weeks before Paul Heyman decided to betray the Big Show, betray Brock Lesnar for the Big Show. Big Show was losing to Jeff Hardy and Tommy Dreamer, so it's like, that guy's just not going to beat Brock Lesnar. And tonight he didn't, so yeah, there you go. Brock Lesnar beats the Big Show for the first time and earns a spot in the Royal Rumble. I thought it was a good match for what it was. I mean, it was a bit long. I think it was slightly longer than the Survivor Series match, but here's the thing. Nobody wants Brock Lesnar Big Show to go 20 minutes.
No.
I think a 5-minute match between these two are good.
No, absolutely.
I don't care about, who wants Big Show to work psychology and dominate the match for 15 minutes? You don't want that. What you want here is what we got. Hard-hitting match, suplexes, big manoeuvres, F5, 1, 2, 3, good night.
Good night, and we moved on to a Jericho segment, right, which was, I mean, it was a bit El Generico, not Sami Zayn, but it was just, it was alright. Then you're straight into a tag match, and about halfway through this match, you're 18 minutes in, and look what's happened. Today, look at Money in the Bank last night, man. The first match, see by the 18-minute mark, the first guy was halfway through his entrance. That's the levels. It's so fucking drawn out and boring. Oh, perfect format, 3 hours, 5 matches. No,
definitely not. Right, World Tag Team title match. Dudley's taking on William Regal and Lance Storm.
And actually, it was 4 hours, by the way, the current pay-per-views. They say it's 3 hours. This was actually 2 hours 38.
2 hours and 38 minutes.
Yeah, but these days, like, they always say, Triple H gives us 3 hours. It's actually like 4. It's like 3 hours 45 he gives us. It's a joke.
Like, I enjoy talking about old wrestling, so let's stop talking about Triple H and the new wrestling.
Well, we're going to have to talk about him soon.
Yeah, but I can handle this version of Triple H. I didn't mind the Reign of Terror. What Triple H is doing in 2024 is the real Reign of Terror, but we'll talk more about that later on. Right, so World Tag Team title match, Dudley's versus Regal and Lance Storm. I mean, I gotta be honest, I don't think the match was great. We get the ending where it looks like the Dudleys are going to win. Sean Morley comes out, Chief of Staff. He's trying to get involved. He's on the ropes. Referee's distracted. Chief Morley gets punched by Bubba. Lance Storm is selling a maneuver. William Regal's got the knocks. William Regal goes to punch Devon. He misses. They hit some form of like double flapjack, but I think they were selling it as a 3D, a double 3D or whatnot. Then Lance Storm's recovering. Regal's just took the double flapjack. Devon gets the brass knocks from Regal. He hits Lance Storm. He puts the knocks in his pants. And the referee doesn't see it. 1, 2, 3. New tag team champs, the Dudley Boys, via the brass knocks. So the power of the punch was in Devon's hands tonight.
I'm glad to see the Dudleys win the tag titles. I believe it's split 16 tag titles across the board. And hopefully it's a long title reign.
Nick Patrick.
Yeah, Nick Patrick, you fucked up, man. Up next, we have the stepmother versus stepdaughter match. Expectations weren't high for this. I'm not going to say it was worse than expected. Now, everyone here on the message boards back in 2003 were saying it was worse than expected. Hell, it was horrible. I mean, what were you expecting? I thought it was alright.
It was under 4 minutes. That's a good thing.
No, that's the key, though. If you've got 2 people that can't work, why go long? Go short.
I mean, when Tori Wilson won with a neck breaker, I thought that's like a bit of a botch finish. But then again, we don't know what Tori Wilson's finisher is. For all we know, it could be a neck breaker.
Maybe this match would have suited more if it was like a street fight, but I don't think these 2 can't work a street fight.
No, I think just keep it simple. So that's what we got. Stepdaughter, stepmother. The stepdaughter wins. Tori's victorious. Dawn Marie hightails it up the ramp. Is that this feud done? Doesn't look like it. I mean, Tori's father's just died. Dawn Marie's husband's just died. I doubt, below average 3.5 minute match is going to fix things. We'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. But backstage, we get Stephanie McMahon promising a big surprise on SmackDown while Randy Orton was talking to Bischoff. But it's like, Randy Orton left SmackDown to come to Raw, so why is he like all pally-pally with Stephanie? It never really worked out for him on SmackDown. So, again, whatever's going on there. But yeah, we're getting bombshells being promised by Bischoff. We're getting a big surprise on SmackDown. Whose surprise will be bigger? What's your prediction?
Just seems a bit cheap for Stephanie that she needs a surprise because Bischoff has a surprise going.
Yeah, but Bischoff's surprise is warranted. His job is ticking away. The days are counting down. Stephanie says, "Hell, I'm a McMahon. I'm not going anywhere."
That's what she thinks.
That's what she thinks. We'll find out sooner.
Sure, Vince McMahon thought he wasn't going anywhere, and then 2023 came along,
and he got shot on.
So, no, I mean, there you go.
Anyway, up next, World Heavyweight title match. This was the match that they actually used the pay-per-view theme for the promo. Bit weird, this song, heavy metal sort of song, rock song.
It's not heavy metal. Let's get that straight.
Well, you know what? It may as well be heavy metal when you've got these two stripping each other down, throwing each other in the ring. Triple H, bollock naked, pretty much.
There was one guy getting stripped in, it was Triple H.
Well, Scott Steiner was humping the mat, alright? But you know what? I enjoyed the promo. I liked it. Did I enjoy the match? Yeah, I actually did. People bury these two sets of matches. Maybe the No 8 one will be 100 times worse, but I think Scott Steiner works a very unique style, and I get it at this point, he's slowed down dramatically, but I do appreciate his body of work. I do like his suplexes, even if he does spam about 100 of them.
His suplexes just don't really hit me the way Kurt Angle's and Benoit's do, though.
No, they don't.
I feel like Benoit and Angle do suplexes because that's their speciality move. With Scott Steiner, you feel like he does suplexes because he's got nothing else.
Aye.
You know?
It's like the 5 suplexes they do.
But here, I thought it was a decent match. People obviously look back on the Steiner Triple H matches and they kind of shit on it. I think the match was alright. Was it a classic? No. But was it a disaster? Was it horrible? Was it something that should never have been on TV? No.
Now, according to Online World of Wrestling, the fans really booed Steiner hardcore as the match progressed. I didn't catch that.
I don't think they did, but I mean, it is what it is. I wanted Steiner to win. He didn't win. Triple H tried his best to get disqualified. He obviously didn't think he could beat Steiner. And to be honest, he couldn't really beat Steiner. And then the referee finally does DQ him. Steiner then grabs the sledgehammer and he hits the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He hits Triple H and then he puts Triple H in the Steiner recliner. And Steiner is just like basically standing over Triple H. Triple H is passed out. Steiner looks like he's the winner, but Triple H leaves with the title. World of Wrestling Online says it was a horrible match. I think it was a okay match. I thought it was decent. Don't think it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a 5 out of 10, isn't it?
Maybe 6, I don't know.
5, 6 out of 10. You know, I thought it ticked all the boxes. It did what it needed to do. Steiner's protected. Triple H retains. If Steiner was working hurt, then fair enough. But I mean, for people to pretend that this match is like one of the worst in wrestling history, you need to give your head a wobble.
Yes, but let's go from what people would argue is one of the worst wrestling matches in history to a match that I think we can all agree when it comes to technical wrestling was one of the best matches in wrestling history. Kurt Angle defeating Chris Benoit to retain the WWE Championship. So Kurt Angle eventually won with, apparently it was a heel hook. I'm calling it the ankle lock. It was a sit-down ankle lock for me. Benoit eventually tapped, but this match was great. You had Benoit and Angle pulling out all their big moves, all their suplexes, all their Germans, release belly to bellies. The counters was fantastic. The counters from the crossface to the ankle lock, Benoit doing the ankle lock. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was like a countering machine here from two of the very best wrestlers of all time. Not just on this pay-per-view, not just on during this period or the roster, but two of the greatest to ever do it, in my opinion, in terms of the technical wrestling style. And I thought it was a fantastic match. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 5-star match if ever you're going to get one.
Well, according to Dave Meltzer, it's not, because he never gave Kurt one. I don't know why. Did they get lost in the post? Probably, but it was perfect length as well, right?
The fact that it was only 2 minutes more than the Steiner Triple H one. And, you know, if it goes a bit, maybe if it goes too much longer, you know, it could drag on a bit. But I think it ended at the perfect. Could it maybe last a wee tiny bit longer? Maybe. But I think it was damn close to a perfect match between two wrestling machines. But the fact that Meltzer has never gave Angle a 5-star match, that to me just completely shows you that Meltzer has zero credibility.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
How can you claim to be this, like, wrestling fucking juggernaut? You know, this wrestling like encyclopedia and this know-it-all, you know, the king of wrestling, the god of wrestling, but never give Kurt Angle a 5-star
And it's
match.
not just our opinion. I mean, I would say pretty much everybody who talks about wrestling says that that's probably one of the biggest tragedies in professional wrestling, that some nerd by the name of Dave Meltzer never gave Kurt Angle a 5-star match.
Do you think Kurt Angle looks at it as a tragedy? Or I don't think he gives a fuck.
No, he doesn't care. No, obviously Kurt Angle doesn't care, but to me it just sums up that Dave Meltzer doesn't have a fucking clue what he's on about. Even up to this point, Kurt Angle's had 5-star matches. Look at his match against Shane O'Mac.
And another thing, right? All these maneuvers, all these massive suplexes, not one suplex looked unsafe.
No, all on the money.
But they all like legitimately, they all look real, but none of them look safe, and that's something that not a lot of many people can do. So
no, they all look safe. You mean you said none of them look safe?
Did I? All right, they all look safe.
They all look safe.
I'm pretty sure I said they all look real.
No, you said none of them look safe. I can guarantee it.
Ah well.
I put my life on the line. Drop deed.
Well, when you put your life on the line when you're against Kurt Angle and Benoit, you don't need to worry you will come out alive because these two nailed the suplexes to perfection.
Well, if you put your life on the line against Benoit, would you come out alive?
Well, it depends on the kind of match you're having with him, but yeah, in a Rumble 2003 match, you're going to be fine. This match was fantastic. Fantastic match. And then we move into the Royal Rumble. Quality match from start to finish. We get a unique entrance this time, a unique beginning of the match where Michaels is the first man, Jericho comes out second, but Christian is dressed as Chris Jericho, much to Shawn Michaels' surprise. Jericho then comes in from behind, attacks Michaels, hits him with a chair, busts him open, beats him up for a little bit. Number 3 then, Christopher Nowinski comes down, doesn't want to get in the ring, he's just happy to watch Jericho continue to pummel Shawn Michaels before Jericho eliminates Shawn Michaels before the number 4 entrant comes down. I don't think anybody was predicting that. Jericho to batter Shawn Michaels for 2 minutes straight and then toss him over the top rope.
No
one could have predicted that.
Part of me loved it, but part of me was like, no, we needed more of Michaels in this match.
No, I thought it was great.
No, I thought it was great, but it's almost like, could we have done with Michaels? I'm just thinking at the end, like with Taker and Brock, like how great would it have been if Michaels was in there with Brock Lesnar?
No, I thought what they done was fantastic. I guess another thing you could have done was keep the majority of the Rumble, at least the first half, down to basically just Michaels and Jericho, and you could have had those two pretty much eliminating everyone, and those two going out throughout the majority of the match. Could have had that.
You could have had that.
But I like the way they done it. I thought it was great. And then we get like Ray comes out, Edge comes out, Chris comes out. We get a lot of like great wrestlers coming out, and they didn't last necessarily long. And lots of good spots. Tommy Dreamer came out. He made it a hardcore Rumble for like 30 seconds before he got eliminated.
Nowinski got his nose crushed into oblivion by Edge. It was not good. His nose is up his arse, pretty much.
Bill Buchanan came out, and I mean his entrance probably lasted longer than his time in the match. RVD came out. Matt Hardy. Shout out to Matt Hardy, by the way. I thought he was a phenomenal participant in this match. Definitely one of the MVPs for me.
No, I would agree. Definitely Matt Hardy. I mean, I don't think the match wasn't really full of... I mean, there was a couple of main eventers in there, but it definitely feels like a new age Royal Rumble, if that makes sense. Like, ruthless aggression's like going through its veins.
Yeah, it definitely felt more like a ruthless aggression one rather than an Attitude Era one. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because like the last couple of Rumbles, you know, you've had like Austin, and I mean, taking out Austin at any Rumble's just going to take the quality of it.
Yeah, obviously you've no Austin, you've no Rock,
no Angle,
no
Triple
Benoit,
H,
no Triple H.
You know, you are missing quite a few, obviously, but you've got Shawn Michaels in there. You know, Shawn Michaels definitely adds up for it. But as I say, you know, he's eliminated quite early, but
quite early.
I mean, alright, it was the first fucking elimination then. Well, he was. Don't even need to make it. Don't even need to pretend otherwise. But what I liked about it is, like, the first third of the Rumble get eliminated and Jericho's by himself, but then that's when you see more people come in. Some teamwork's getting announced. But I mean, like, just look how strong the mid-card is here in this Royal Rumble.
Fantastic.
I mean, you've got Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, even someone like Jeff, who's like really, like, this is probably like the worst period of his WWE career, but it's like, just look at them. I mean, who stuck out like a sore thumb? I think Rosie, Jamal, and Team Angle. Apart from them, I think everyone held their own.
Yeah, we also got Maven almost eliminating Undertaker for the second year in a row with a drop kick, which was kind of funny. And then Taker just kicked his ass and threw him over the top rope. With some teamwork with RVD and Kane before Kane threw RVD over the top rope. And Kane did warn RVD in the backstage segment before this match that he was going to toss him over the top rope. And that's what he done.
You should have listened to him.
You should have listened to him.
John Cena's rap did go on for a wee bit long though, didn't it?
Aye, I mean, just John Cena. I get it. Maybe he wanted to buy himself some time before he got in the ring, though, so it is what it is. It wasn't the greatest rap by John Cena, though.
No, it wasn't, but we've seen Batista 28, Brock 29, and the American Badass number 30. Batista, they're definitely beginning to push him. The chains are off, so to speak.
Batista's unleashed.
Batista's unleashed. You get down to your final four. You've got Kane, Batista, Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar. I know it just flowed so well because you had Taker and Brock about to face off, but then Batista and Kane, took them down, and then they faced off, and it just felt organic. It didn't feel like people were waiting for their spot, and that's...
Oh, it's my turn,
That's the height of professionalism here, and, it's not just... This isn't for ring generals. I mean, Batista's very green. Brock's not even been in the WWE for a year here, and obviously, yes, you've got Kane and Undertaker, but this is what true wrestling's about. It should feel real. You should live in the moment. You shouldn't be like, well, he's going to do that, and he's going to do that. And I feel like when you actually watched wrestling when it was good, you couldn't tell what was going to happen for the most part. I think it's just so predictable now.
It is so predictable.
A match that happened 21 years ago is fucking less predictable than a match that hasn't happened yet. Work at it.
Work it out.
Work it out. But Kane and the Dead Man, they're about to team up, but then Taker fucks Kane over. Batista comes in with a chair after he got eliminated. He's about to hit Undertaker. Taker takes him down. But then Brock throws the Dead Man over the top rope. You wasn't got a second to breathe in this match, and that's exactly how a Rumble should be. See, apart from when Jericho was last guy standing for 60 seconds, that was the only breather you got.
Yeah, that was it, really. Undertaker did congratulate Brock. Brock seems to be getting Undertaker's number. Well, Undertaker signalled that he wants a shot at the title when Brock Lesnar wins it, so we'll see if he gets one. Karma kind of caught up with Kane. He betrayed RVD, and then he got betrayed by his brother, The Undertaker. So, yeah, with some good turns, some really good participants. I thought Jericho was the star of the match, but also Matt Hardy as well was in there quite a long time and did a good job. So, yeah, Matt Hardy did well. I thought John Cena was decent as well, to be fair. For me, definitely Chris Jericho was my main guy.
Main guy, time to review and rate the show. So
I've already reviewed it, mate.
I will review our rating, alright? Recap quickly. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. You've got a great Rumble, one of the greatest matches of all time on the card. That alone bumps it up. Yeah, the other matches aren't particularly great, but it was a fun, enjoyable show. I thought it was better than 2002 Rumble.
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Oh, I thought the second half of the show, the main event and the world title match between Angle and Benoit and the Royal Rumble, you don't get better than that. That was 10 out of 10. That's as good as you can get. And if the first half of the show was better, then I would have gave it a perfect 10. However, I can't give it a 10 because the first 4 matches were... I'll be completely honest. None of them were good. I thought Steiner or Triple H was okay, and I thought Big Show Lesnar was okay. Tag match was a little bit boring in my opinion. The women's match wasn't great. Had they been a little bit better, then for me it's a perfect 10. But I don't think you can give a 10 to a pay-per-view when 4 of the first 4 matches aren't really up to much. But as soon as you get into the second half of the show, then it was you can't fault it. It was quality.
It was plain sailing for there. 10 out of 10. I think an 8.5 is a fair enough rating, and I would have to put it up against the other Royal Rumble pay-per-views that we've rated on this channel. But until next time, guys, we'll be back very soon. The road to WrestleMania starts tomorrow.